Just turning it up. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Um,
It's just
sorry,
the two of us.
pardon?
Is it just the two of us?
I think so. I think it is just the two of us for now.
Yes.
I'm just gonna move. Sorry, I'm sitting in
So
an awkward.
it's Cheryl's son's birthday, so she's not going to make it tonight because, yeah, obvious reasons.
Yeah,
She's
she
sitting
did
in.
send me a message, so that's
Okay,
cool.
all right.
Yeah.
Are your
Um,
kids down for the evening?
I think so. I hope so. Shay, my husband's away. Sorry, I'm moving around trying to get into a comfortable place. My husband's away, and so they've been a little bit a little
Mm,
bit emotional. But I think they are asleep. If they come through, then I might just need to go sort them out.
no
But
problem.
yeah, I was hoping to get them down by 7, but it obviously didn't happen because I've only just set this up.
All right. All right.
Yeah, so it looks like so far it's just us. So we can just yeah, we can just start chatting and then if anybody does join, well, hopefully somebody else will.
Okay, cool.
So sure. So the first semester's almost over.
No, it's crazy. And
Um
you're writing an exam the 2nd of June, right? The biology exam.
I haven't actually checked if Megan has put out a set date. Did she put
Yeah,
out
that,
that date?
yeah, that's the date that we got.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
oh, do you know what we're writing on so far, or is it still like being discussed?
You mean in terms of the from the units?
Yeah.
'Cause it'll cover everything that you have done. So they won't we won't take out sections.
Okay.
Um, it'll be that you just have to know, or it'll cover everything.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. Is there anything from the work that you're doing at the moment? Any questions that you might have had about that?
No, not really. I'm just trying to catch it all in because at the end of the semester, things get crazier. So
Yeah,
my time constraints are a bit few
yeah,
and far in between. So,
yeah,
but it's pretty straightforward. It's just making time to go through all the readings.
yeah, yeah. And it's a the section, the endocrine system. It almost seems like it should be simpler somehow, but it's actually quite a tricky section. So when you're stressed with everything else,
Mhm.
um, yeah, you must just make sure that you are understanding how it works.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it's funny because it's to do with hormones and it's something to get right, but it's actually quite it's not as easy as I thought it would be. So
Yeah, yeah, it is a tricky section, but it's also a very interesting section, especially if like you start looking at what happens if your body's out of balance. So if you have too much or too little of the
yeah,
hormones, that's quite mind blowing.
yeah, no, for sure. Just like a little difference can basically determine your mood or not.
I, I saw I don't know what it was. I don't even know if I was watching TV or if my husband was watching it. But I don't think it was a documentary. Although it was a documentary, but I don't think it was like biological as such. But there was this woman in India who was born hypothyroid. So she had too little, yeah, her thyroid gland wasn't making any thyroxine at all. And she looked
Wow.
like She was 30 years old and she looked like a 2-year-old child. And yeah, it was quite, I couldn't believe it. And the doctor that heard about the case, he said that if she had been given, all she needed to was just to be given the treatment when she was little, and she would have had a normal life. So the best that they could do for her was to give her some treatment, and she could get to a point that she would be like a 4-year-old child. So she could at least feed herself and bath herself and go to the toilet, and communicate slightly. But yeah, just crazy. It really seems so crazy.
What is the function of that hormone? Like, what is it supposed to do in your body? Like, help with growth and development?
Yeah, well, you see, it controls your metabolism.
Okay, yeah.
So her body just, her body wouldn't have been able to use to get the energy that it needed to do anything. So it's quite a weird thing because they didn't mention, because it wasn't a biological documentary, they didn't mention like other hormones. So I think her body just completely slowed everything down. And it was strange for me that they said that she could grow a little bit more, because when you get to a certain age, your bones, the growth plates in your bones, even if you got too much growth hormone, only certain parts of your bones would continue to grow. Like your hands would get bigger and your eyebrows would get bigger, but you don't grow taller after a certain age. Your those growth plates like shut down in a way. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't mention any other hormones. It just mentioned her thyroid gland. Damn. Anyway, I wanted to try and find it. Sorry.
I said I'm glad my thyroid is normal.
Yeah. Well, it's quite weird because people's hormones would change. Your thyroid gland, even later on in life, can change, or not change, can either produce too little thyroxine or produce too much. And you can just get treatment for it. It's the same like, in a lot of African countries where they don't have enough iodine in their diet, and then they get their thyroid gland swells up, and they get that giant goiter.
Oh, yeah.
And all they need is a little bit of iodine in their diet, and their thyroid gland would go down to normal size.
I remember in high school when we did biology, I remember they said that if you have a deficiency in iodine, right?
Yeah.
Iodine, right?
Yeah.
I'm speaking in Afrikaans now. So they said that you should eat fish and you should eat iodinized salt, and that would like regulate the hormone. What is it called? Thyroid? What?
Yeah, no, it does. Because the way the hormone works is that it needs that iodine, and then if it's not there, then the preform of the thyroxine like builds up in the thyroid gland and causes it to swell. So, and that's why in South Africa all of our salt is iodized or iodated or whatever it is.
It's a weird word.
Yeah, there are lots of weird words in biology.
Very, very, very weird words. Like, I don't feel comfortable saying this on the internet, but wow. Some interesting discoveries during this module.
Oh gosh. Oh my. Yeah, so anyway, so it's a small section, but it actually is quite a big section, and it's a very interesting section if you have, enough time to go into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for women especially, I mean, I think for guys too, but for women especially, like You know, it's very good to be aware of your hormones in your body.
Yeah.
Because you go through like distinct stages in your life where, you know, you're going to be completely hormonal, whether it's or pregnancy or after pregnancy.
Yeah.
So even just trying to get your body healthy for having a baby before you become pregnant. You know, so hormones are quite an important role in all of that. So,
Yeah, definitely. And I think like when you teach about this to students, they, you know, it's so fun. I'm talking about high school or even, I suppose, senior primary. That it's weird because they think that the only hormones are your puberty hormones, your sexual hormones. That's the only, they hear hormones, they like get all giggly. And you're like, actually, your body needs, from when you're in the womb developing, there has to be hormones. It's not just, it's not just reproductive hormones.
yeah.
But yeah, we have a tenant, a lady who rents a room off our property, and she went into labor on Saturday night,
Oh,
and like
wow.
came knocking on the door, yeah, and I was like, what? And she was 4 weeks early, and yeah,
Wow.
so
Did
she
you
wasn't.
know you would do that?
Well, I mean, it really felt like the movies, when somebody, when they're going into labor and their water's broken, and she said, she was worried, she didn't know what it was, and it actually made me realize how, because I thought she would have researched and read up and she would know, so I kind of gave her a crash course in what was happening in her body, the biology teacher in me.
Was
But
the baby delivered safely?
yes, yeah, no, and then a friend of hers, because we were going to take her to the hospital, but then a friend of hers actually took her to the hospital, and yeah, she delivered the next morning, 8 o'clock the next morning. Yeah,
Wow.
so baby is all healthy and safe, and yeah, everything's fine.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It's
that's
very scary if you think about it. Like that's quite a traumatic thing to happen to your body. If you don't know what's going on, like on a clinical level, it's even
yeah,
scarier. 'Cause,
yeah, absolutely, yeah. And she was supposed to be home with her family. I mean, she was going to catch a bus this week to go to the Eastern Cape to have baby with her family there. And so she's like knew nothing and had like, no family here. She was very hectic. So yeah, like knowledge, it's true. Knowledge is power. Like rather know
yes,
what's going on.
yes. No, I'd rather
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, is there anything else like about the upcoming test that you wanted to know?
Um, no, I think we got an email saying that the biology exam will be on the 2nd of June, so I think that's Monday, if I'm not mistaken. And we have to start, I think, at 8 o'clock in the morning, between 8 and 10 o'clock in the evening. So any time during the day we can write it on Funda, and it said it was 2 hours long, the timed test, so the same as the midterm. And so, yeah, I'm guessing we will probably write about all the sections, right? So,
Yeah.
not late.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to think now, because I actually want to go onto Funda. I'm just gonna go on quickly.
Sure.
I can't see you now, but I'm sure but you can still see me. Hey. I just want to go in to see. So Megan emailed you guys because she usually.
Actually, it wasn't Megan who emailed us. We got an email from Cornerstone. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Let me check and see who sent us an email. Maybe
okay,
that was.
because as far as I No, I thought that the test was 3 hours long.
Okay. Let me have a look. I'm
Okay.
going on Gmail now.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at Funda, so I can't see you.
No worries. Don't pick your nose or anything.
Um,
Okay, we got it. Yeah, we got an email from Funda.
okay.
Okay, you're right. It didn't say how many hours it was. It just used 2 hours as an example. So yeah, it doesn't say how long the exam is.
Okay. Yeah, no, it is okay. And now I've just gone back into the introduction. That is definitely, yeah, it's 3 hours long. Yeah. So
I know it's a closed book exam, but for things like the periodic table,
yeah.
you know, because that was I needed that the last time, and I used the periodic table. Is that okay if we use it in our book? Because it's a bit crazy to memorize the atomic masses of all the elements and to know their implications and all that.
Yeah, that is true. And usually that is it usually is like an appendix to a
Yeah.
test.
But there wasn't one during the midterm test.
Hmm. But with the midterm test, was the information not in the question?
I don't know, I might have misread it, I'm not sure. There was one question where I looked up the worth of the atomic mass for, I can't remember which element.
Okay.
If it's not in the test, are we allowed to use the periodic table?
Yeah, that should be fine. But now I need to check with Megan. But it should be the information should be in the question, if you know, or else it should be given to you, because we definitely don't expect you to know like all the atomic masses of everything.
Yeah, that's a lot. a lot.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be expected. I'm actually just going back into the test quickly just to have a look at how they put it up. Yeah, they did provide atomic masses. She did give it in the question, from what I can see, and I'm just scrolling through. But we will definitely give it to you, the information.
Okay, cool.
Because I think something like that, for you to have to take the time to go and find it, that's not really fair. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it should definitely be given to you.
All right.
Yeah. So because it's 3 hours, don't plan to start at like 8 o'clock at night. You need
Yeah.
because we had that last year with a student that planned badly and started too late, and then it ended because it's closed. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll start ASAP.
Cool. Cool. I think closer to the time, I'll ask Megan just to send everybody an email in the next few days, just to confirm, you know, like you said, what is in the test. As far as I understand, it is everything, but just I'll get her to send an email to confirm exactly. Because the midterm test obviously has already focused on the first 3 units, hey?
Yes.
I think it was. Yeah, so then the final tests possibly could have more emphasis on the last 2 units because we haven't tested you on that before. But I'll ask her just to confirm that.
Thanks for the tip.
Cool. Yeah, I don't think anybody else is going to join us, so
No.
it is a brief one.
Worries. This is our last tutorial, right?
Yeah, this is the last tutorial for this semester, yeah.
And then do we have biology next semester? Do we have technology?
No, there is a second semester for this.
Oh, cool.
And
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Is technology one of your
Uh, honestly, I'm not sure. I'm a little confused. I need to go and check up on it again.
because your this course runs concurrently with your PGCE, hey? Is that what it's
Yes, that's right.
okay. Okay, yeah, yeah. So I think so technology probably is within your PGCE.
Yes, that's right. The way they promoted this course, or the name of it was Science and Technology, and the science part is biology. I'm guessing
Oh,
that the technology part will come next semester.
oh, I see. Okay, okay. No. Um, okay, because that's strange because it's focused it's human biology,
Hmm.
um, but it also covers so like next semester. I'm trying to think of what the course content covers. Um,
It
oh,
will
I've
be the
got
rest of it, right? The
it
same
will
text.
be, and there is a little bit on origins of life as well, on
Cool.
evolution, because that is taught in the school curriculum.
Hmm.
So it's good to to have a good scientific understanding
Yeah.
of that because that is something that is taught. And then it's also nice just to talk about teaching that as a Christian and all of that. It's interesting to get different people's thoughts and everything.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Should be very interesting.
Yeah, I actually that was my favorite part when I was teaching life sciences. That was my one of my favorite parts of teaching it because because I wanted the students to understand that we're dealing with scientific theories and not beliefs,
Yes.
and you can either accept or reject a theory. You don't have to. You can't believe in it. You either accept it or you reject it.
That's
Um, and I think so. You know, I would teach the content of what they needed to know, and then at the end of it, I'd say to them, "So now, what do you think?" I personally, with what do I accept or what do I reject? And some of them wouldn't know my beliefs, and some of them would, and so then they would make assumptions, or you know, and then I would say to them, "Okay, this is what I accept, this is what I reject, and this is why," and
Mhm. Yeah.
it's quite interesting because, sorry.
No, it's going to be really interesting for me because I've never actually explored theories of the origin of life. Like I've only I never had that as a course at university or anything
Oh,
like that.
okay.
That should be really interesting.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It is actually I think when it first came into schools, because it came in a few years ago, people were very nervous about how it was going, what was going to happen. But I actually find that your teachers who are like atheists and very pro evolution, they get more emotional about it than other teachers, which is quite interesting actually.
Very,
Yeah,
yeah. It's very true what you just said, the difference between a theory and a belief.
yeah,
Because if an atheist is a true atheist, then he would or she would be a scientist first and foremost. And as a
yes,
scientist, she would have to go for a theory,
yeah,
not based on the belief that he or she has. But yeah, no,
yeah,
it's very interesting.
definitely, yeah, yeah.
So
Cool,
we're
yeah.
gonna do dinosaurs.
No, no, um, no. It's very basic. It'll be like like what was Darwin's theory of natural selection, things like that. Because even in the matric syllabus, sorry.
I have done Darwin's theory. That brings it up.
Okay. Yeah, even in the matric syllabus, it's more, it's specific theories that they have to know. And they don't even ask them to give their opinion or to back up. It's quite strange because it's not actually very scientific. It's just learn a theory. But in the classroom, you have room to say, okay, how would you back this up scientifically, or how would you, say that there isn't enough evidence. But with because the matrics write a national paper, there's too much subjectivity to get opinion. So it's just really they've got to understand what the theories are and what their strengths and their weaknesses are. That's how they learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Whereas in the course next semester, we would ask, your scientific thoughts and opinions. Yeah. So we would stretch a little bit. So yeah.
I'm really glad we'll have another semester to go through because this is a really good course.
That's cool. Yeah. Cool.
Like giving me a space to explore the scientist side of myself.
That's cool.
I'm not like in the traditional sense. I'm not a scientist at all. I'm very much into languages and art and culture. So this is like a very it's new territory for me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's a bit of a little personal story. I have a friend who's an English teacher, and she digs Katy Perry. So I sent her a little voice note of my daughter Sasha singing the chorus from Dark Horse. So she replied, "Tell Sasha, Auntie Jenna says, like a dark horse is a simile." So Sasha says, she says to me, "But mommy, a horse is a mammal." I was like, biology teacher 1, English teacher 0.
Well done. I didn't teach them.
Well, I actually didn't teach her that. That's what she learned at school.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it is. Hey, they've even in grade R. She's in grade 1, but in grade R, they started teaching them reptiles, birds, amphibians, mammals. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I have a sister who's in grade 4 and a brother who's in grade 1. And,
wow.
Yeah, my dad's got a big passion for zoology, so he's always been like the scientific brain of Boffin when it comes to like knowing the names of everything that ever existed. And my sister and my brother started to talk the way that he does, so they've got like scientific names for things, but they just use like the proper word stuff, and it's amazing to see them using that at such a young age.
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet, man. That's cool. Yeah. Cool, Emma.
Thank you, Sarah. Is it Sarah or Sarah? Sorry,
it's Sarah.
Sarah. Okay. Cool. Thank you for chatting with me for a half an hour.
Pleasure. And just again, if you want to email any questions or anything, feel free.
Awesome. I hope you have a good evening and that your kids sleep through.
Cool. Thanks, Van. Night.
Bye.